Hello and welcome back. If you're watching this video within the first few days after it came out, then this weekend, January 25th and the 26th, is the annual 24-hour build-off hosted over on Facebook. This is a annual event that happens every January, the weekend of the 24 hours of Daytona. And what this build is a quite literally 24-hour build off. You have a 24-hour window starting noon Saturday your time to noon Sunday your time to complete a model build. You have the only allowance you're given is you're allowed to glue, I want to say, up to 3 pieces to the body, and you are allowed to clean your parts beforehand. That is it. All paint, all major assembly, everything like that has to happen within a 24-hour period. Not 24 hours cumulative, but 24 hours period. And this will be my third year entering the build off. And as you can see here, we're going to be using the Revell E-Series, E30 320i. And the reason I'm choosing this build is I was explaining to a buddy of mine in the club that this is a good excuse to build something that you don't normally build. And if you have something in your stash that you want to build but don't really want to give it a full build, then that's what this is perfect for. The past 2 years, the first year I did a Mark I Golf GTI with an R32 swap, and last year I did a early Impala pseudo lowrider. And this year I'm going to be going back to the Euro side of building and doing this E30. I really do love Euro cars. In fact, a E30 wagon is one of my air quote achievable dream cars. And I just don't find myself building a lot of Euro cars though. And I have a bunch in the stash. I have a bunch of Porsches. I have a few BMWs, and I figured this would just be a good excuse to do this build. I've been trying to remember, and I'm pretty sure I picked this up at our local model show back in Montana, probably 2 years ago now, and it's just been sitting in the stash waiting for some attention. And it's finally time to give it a whirl. So this kit is 99.9% unbuilt. So I did get it used, and going through the kit, the only thing I noticed that can be considered it being started is one wheel and one backing plate are already attached to a tire. Well, they're not attached because it's loose, but they've been taken off the sprue and put on a tire. I guess it's possible that could have been done in the factory. It's a very weird thing to do if that's all you're doing with a build. But yeah, other than that, everything else is there. Nothing else has been touched. So this is, at least by my consideration, an unstarted kit. And so that qualifies. And I'll talk you through the build idea. So I'm going for a Euro stance look. I guess I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. The first year I did this, I took a Mark I Golf and I attempted to lower it and throw in an R32 Volkswagen engine. And I ended up running out of time and essentially glued the rear tires to the inside of the fender. There was no rear suspension on it, and that was kind of embarrassing. So last year, I wanted to lower a car, but get the suspension done. So I lowered the rear end. I think I may have left the front end stock to give it a little bit of a lowrider rake. But that also had a 3D printed Chevy motor put in, just because the kit motor was not very detailed. And so that has started to create a bit of a pattern. So both years that I've done this, I have taken a kit and I have added a 3D printed motor, 3D printed wheels, partially or fully attempted to lower the suspension, and they have gotten clean paint jobs. So I'm going to continue that pattern and build this as a lowered, stanced out E30 with a 3D printed motor, 3D printed wheels, and this will be getting a clean paint job. I do have the motor here because I wanted to make sure I had it right. So this is a BMW M50 B25. So this would have come out of a E36 325i. And I found this on Cults, and they have a few options for it where you can print it in one piece. It's too small to focus. There we go. Or you can print it in multiple pieces. And so I printed it as a solid piece for mock-up, but I might just use this for the build-off because having a single piece motor is kind of a nice little cheat. But I did scale this down so that it fits really nicely in the body of the car. The only thing that could be an issue is the front of the engine does sit a little above the fender. It might be hard to see, but that air box is sitting a little high, and so there is a possibility that that will interfere with the hood. I don't want to unbag or remove the air box from the hood from the sprue yet. But if that does become an issue, I can mess with the engine mounts, get the motor lowered a little bit, or I can do my own intake. I can just cut that off and run something else, maybe to a pod filter or something. I guess maybe I will. I've never pre-cleaned my parts for this build-off, but if I choose to do that, then I could potentially test fit the hood. But if I am deciding to create a pattern, then not washing the parts beforehand might be something I continue to do. You are fully allowed to. It is clearly stated that you can pre-wash components, so that wouldn't be breaking the rules or anything like that. But yeah, so that is a quick little preview on what I'll be building this year. If you're catching this within the first few days of building, then please consider joining. It is a very good excuse. I think they say it like an excuse to build like you're 12 years old again or something like that. It's just, you don't take it too seriously, or you can, and you just build. I've seen people build dinosaur kits. I think one year someone built Legos. I don't think that really counted. I think one of the requirements is you do have to paint it. But yeah, so I am going to be fully documenting this build. I'm going to either do hourly or biannually updates throughout the build, and I will do a complete build video when that is done. But for now, this is just a preview. So a couple other little updates about what's going on with me. So I have started a new major build, and it is for the Cyberpunk build-off over on Instagram, which I totally forgot. If you are interested in joining the 24-hour build-off, there is a Facebook group that you should join. That's where all the fun happens. I'll make sure to link that in the bio. But back to Instagram, I joined the Cyberpunk build-off, and I'm getting started on that kit. I have started... Let's see if I can grab it. I am using the Fox Body Revell drag car as my build, and I am not sure about how I feel doing updates on this build. I have filmed the initial video and was going to film an update, but it is a build-off, and even though they do allow you to post updates, I don't know how I feel about doing a documentation on YouTube. I just don't want to do anything to skewer the results. Again, it's a casual build-off. There's nothing writing on it except for bragging rights, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It's not like you're trying to cheat in order to win a prize or anything like that, but I'm still not sure how I feel about posting, so you may or may not get updates on that build. In the instance where I was not going to post updates, I was going to do another build, And even though that would have a lot slower progress, it would at least be something to put out. However, when mocking up the parts for that build, there was a set of 3D printed parts that I had purchased last year, and one of them came slightly errored, and that put a pretty big halt on the project. The person who designed it has been super cool, and I am currently talking with them in order to get things situated. So, no bad blood yet, and I highly doubt there would be any. Mistakes happen. I 3D print parts. Slicers can be weird, printers can be weird, tiering can be weird. There's so much room for error in 3D printing. So I totally get when stuff like that happens. But that does mean I have not started on that build yet, and so I don't really know what I'll do. At least I'll have a video of the 24-hour build off, and then I do also have a video for my first year. I did film that back when I was considering getting back into YouTube and thought it would be cool to have that as a video. So I might go through and edit that and upload that as well to kind of give you another video in the meantime. And then maybe I'll do some videos on older builds, but that should hopefully fill the, still have regular uploads, even though I won't be posting updates on the Mustang. This build off does finish at the end of February, so it's not that crazy long of a period. But that's kind of what you can expect to see on the channel in the next few weeks. The 24-hour build video, potentially a bonus 24-hour build video, and then maybe a video or two on some of the older builds I've done. But, I am also going to the Grand National Roadster Show model show, and I guess the whole car show. I was able to make things work, and as long as nothing comes up until then, I should be going. That is going to be January 31st, February 1st, and February 2nd. So if you're going, hope to see you. But I figured I might also do a video of that show since I've never been, but I'm guessing it's going to be a bit of a quieter show. I have talked to the guys who organize that show. They also organize the Good Guys shows that I have been to, and some of them also have run NNL West. So, if you're wondering why the guys at NNL West are slowing down, I think they do like 6 shows a year. But yeah, so I'll probably do a video of the tables there since I don't know if there will be anyone else documenting it. So that could be another video you can hopefully expect to see. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and by the end of the weekend, if not Monday, I'll have a video of a hopefully complete E30 BMW. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.